Hey everyone, I'm outside again because it's been really nice out lately. The last episode of Dino Fury, episode 8, or well, last episode for now, aired a couple days ago, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on the series up as it's been so far. I'm really liking Dino Fury. It's really good. Not my favorite season. There's lots of little things I feel they could be doing way better, but overall, it's an enjoyable season, and I'd be happy if this is like the norm for what we get for a while. Like it's standard and it's enjoyable. Getting kind of tongue tied. So, um, well, I want to talk a little bit about Beast Morphers. Beast Morphers really killed my expectations, cause wow, Beast Morphers. The first season I found was to be just boring. I didn't like Beast Morphers. Season 2 of Beast Morphers, especially where they were dumping continuity and not doing it very well. I hated that. So for Dino Fury, handling continuity so well, I just think that is really cool. It's something I've wanted for forever in Power Rangers. Like I grew up on Mighty Morphin, and like throughout about half of the original Saban era, we had continuity between all the seasons. Mighty Morphin, all through Lost Galaxy, there was continuity. And then we had annual team-up specials, and Lightspeed, Time Force, and Wild Force had 2 team-up specials. But then Disney took over, and that kind of ended. Let's see, Ninja Storm didn't have anything. Dino Thunder, they brought Tommy back, and that was kind of cool, but he was so different. It might as well have been a different character. SPD had lots of little, like, incidental references, like, or accidental references, like things I don't even know if they intended for that to... Anyway, talking about Dino Fury. Dino Fury. One of the big problems I've had in the past couple of seasons in the Neo Saban era is they want way too much to be like Mighty Morphin. They want too much Mighty Morphin stuff, and older fans don't care about it. Younger fans don't really care about Mighty Morphin because they grew up with the newer seasons. So what do they care about Mighty Morphin stuff? You know, and older fans are just sick of it. So one of the things I really like about Dino Fury is, like, yeah, there's still the Mighty Morphin references, but they go really deep with it, like with the Morphin Masters. They were something that really wasn't explored at all in the original show. They were mentioned offhand once, maybe twice. I don't think so. I think they were only in that one episode, Big Sisters, I think. And they only recently came into prominence because they were in the comic book. The comic book took the concept of the Morphin Masters and made them into a bigger thing. And I think it's not even really based on Mighty Morphin, it's more based on their appearance in the comic. So that's really cool. Anyway, let's see, more stuff about Dino Fury. The theme song, when the theme song was announced, was like revealed, I wasn't a fan. A lot of fans really weren't happy with the theme song. And that's something I kind of have an issue with the show. I don't know if it's just how it has been uploaded to YouTube, because that's how I've seen all the episodes. They just get conveniently uploaded to YouTube. The theme song plays before the episode. And I don't know. I really liked the cold opens that they've had. Let's see, back in the original Saban era, let's see, the cold opens started, I think, in Turbo? Yeah, it was in Turbo that the cold open started. Now, cold open is where the show starts, plays a little bit, and then the theme song plays. And they did that all the way up until Time Force, and then Wild Force stopped, and then none of the Disney seasons had it, and then Neo Saban brought that back. Let's see, with Beast Morphers, I remember the cold opens were really weird. Like, they didn't really know where to put the theme song. Like, the cold opens would go on for, like, almost 8 or 9 minutes before they finally realized, oh, yeah, we should put the theme song in there. Anyway, back to Dino Fury. Not a fan of the theme song, so... Like, it's okay. I like the theme, it's just it's not as good as it could be. I expected something a little grander for, like, a better season. It's kind of like RPM. It's a great season, crap theme song. Anyway, let's see. The characters. I'm really happy that Dino Fury has such good characters. In Beast Morphers, we had really terrible characters. Characters who were completely forgotten, pretty much. And, yeah. So, really liking that there's characters that I can remember the names of, and not just keep calling them by their Japanese names like I do with Beast Morphers. Like, now I do have the Beast Morpher characters' names memorized, so don't worry if I talk about them in the future. Anyway. one of the other things I like is how much original stuff they're doing in Dino Fury that's not just copied from Ryu Soldier. In Beast Morphers, a lot of elements felt like they were just there because they were there in the Sentai, like the Buddy Roids, the Beast Bots. They're pointless, basically, to Beast Morphers. They didn't need to be there. They're only there because they were in the Sentai. And, was it like different like armor modes or whatever? They're only there because they're in the Sentai. Like Ultra Mode and Mega Force. Why did we need Ultra Mode when they're just gonna get a power up the next season anyway? So yeah. Oh, one of the things in Dino Fury, I remember in one of the previews they showed they were doing the original Zord cockpits again. And like that kind of turned me off initially because I was like, oh geez, it's just going to be another Neo Saban type season like Beast Morphers was. But actually, it's good. I don't know why they did a original cockpit, why they didn't just use the Ryu Soldier one. Who knows? Maybe it was to make the Green Ranger not being female less obvious. Like the less footage they can use of that, the better. And also, like Beast Morphers kind of showed that Hasbro was fine with like just putting the show on autopilot, let it just keep going the way it's been going, and don't change anything, which I guess that makes sense from business standpoint or whatever. Let's see. Oh, the villains having personality I like. In Beast Morphers and Ninja Steel, a lot of the villains, no personality. Same with like Mega Force, Super Mega Force. Like we get little touches, we get some good villains in there sometimes, like Samurai. I like all the Samurai villains. They had great personalities. They weren't particularly like super deep characters all the time, but they had personalities. They were likable and, you know, things that made them unique and quirky. After Samurai, though, they kind of dropped that. Dino Charge tried, and then Ninja Steel dropped it again. And so now we're getting, well, we have Mucus. Mucus is cool. Boom Tower is kind of boring, so I didn't really care that he's gone now. I was kind of surprised they killed him off so quick. I mean, they gave him a toy. Oh, speaking of which, Doomsnake in the last episode, he's there at the very beginning for like 2 seconds and immediately destroyed, but he got a toy. This is bizarre. Why did he get a toy? Who knows? Anyway, Void Knight, I kind of like Void Knight. He's not that interesting, though. They do kind of remedy that at the end of episode 8. There's this mysterious room that he goes into in their base, and in the last episode they reveal that there's this woman in cryostasis. Oh, and she has a little name tag that says 8001X. I don't know what that means. Is that going to be important? Who knows? Anyway, let's see. Oh, episode 8 was also cool because they brought Mick back from Ninja Steel, and that's something I really like when, like, even if it's a season I don't particularly care for, I did like Ninja Steel. It was okay. Oh, wind is blowing. Got it. I have my notes down here for talking points, because, like, I'm not good with working off a script, and if I'm just talking off the top of my head, I get distracted really easy. I think maybe I have ADD or something. Anyway, back to, what was I talking about? I have Void Knight's girlfriend in the cryostasis tube. A bunch of fans were like, oh, cool, it's like Mr. Freeze from Batman. Oh, yeah, it is kind of like Batman, isn't it? That's neat. And, and it's also kind of a clever thing, because back in Mighty Morphin, Ernie said that the Rangers are going to do for Angel Grove what Batman did for Gotham City. Was that the intention? I don't know. Oh, there's some animals up there making noise. ADD. Anyway, back to his girlfriend in the cryostasis tube. He goes in the cryostasis tube and he's like, soon, my love. And it's like, oh, neat. So he's not just trying to cause havoc and take over the world or get superpowers or whatever. He's doing it for somebody else. I'm wondering, is she going to be okay with him being a bad guy and stealing this armor? Zato in the first episode says he stole the armor. Or he says, where'd you get that armor from? None of your business. Whatever. Oh, that's something. I don't really like the voices for the monsters. Mucus is good. I like Mucus's voice. Highness. Most of the villains just have generic, I'm a monster voices. Oh, there's more animals up there. Oh, now I don't know where they went. Oh, sorry, I get so distracted. It's really nice. I really wanted to come out here because I tried to record this video a few times inside, and I just couldn't think. I couldn't focus on anything. Can't really focus on anything out here. Do people like that? Do people like me just going off the top of my head talking about whatever? Who knows? Anyway, back to Dino Fury, because that's what the main thing is that I want to talk about. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Something I don't like is I have written on here, the morph sequence takes way too freaking long. It's morphin' time. Morpher, link to morphin grid. Key, put the key in the thing. Turn the thing, put the thing there. And this takes way in the past, there's always been that joke that the Rangers morph and the monster's just sitting patiently. But now, that's literally what they're doing. They're standing patiently, waiting for the Rangers to morph. I don't understand why they're doing that. Like, what was wrong with just having the stock morph sequence? Like, it's morphin' time, link to morphin grid, morph sequence, stock footage, then they're morphed. Why do we need to have them do all the stuff and say everything? It's really annoying. And, like, when I was a kid, like, yeah, I did, do the morph thing. And what was it? Turbo was... I can't remember what Zeo was. I don't remember what Zeo was. Yeah, I was never really big into imitating the morph things. I can quote a lot of lines from the show. Anyway, back to Dino Fury before I get distracted again. The morph sequence takes too long. I don't like that, but it's a minor thing. The rest of the shows, there's like little logic errors sometimes, little plot holes in the episodes. Like the last episode at the beginning, it's a big deal that the Megazord was damaged, and then later it just pops up and there's no reference to, like, did Mick and Solon fix it? Like, maybe they did, I don't know. On the YouTube version I was watching, it wasn't on the official channel, even though I think it said Dino Fury official. Who knows, maybe there was something cut from it? Who knows? Anyway, little minor things. It's not that big of a deal for me. It bothers some fans more. Let's see. Oh, one of the other things I like is, like, little references to past seasons, like Hartford Robotics sending J-Borg. That was a cool little thing. It's something I really, really wish they would do more of. Like, when there's an opportunity to have an old character reference or an element from a past season reference, they should take advantage of it, because the older fans like it, and it's not confusing for the younger fans. If anything, it would just get them more interested, like, in seeing the old seasons. Like in, it was in Beast Morphers when they had, Gavon, what's his name, over here? Sheriff something. I remember his daughter's name is Starlight because of a My Little Pony joke somebody made. But I can't remember his name. Anyway, originally he was going to be called the Silver Centurion. I can remember the name they didn't go with because it relates to Blue Centurion. That would have made perfect sense. Why didn't they go with that? Who knows? Were they going to sell a toy of him or something? Because I never saw one. Anyway. What else do I have on my list here? Jane and J-Borg. In the first episode, Jane was kind of the straight man character. Like, in the first episode, a lot of people were like, oh, Sheriff Garcia, or Warden Garcia, whatever, he's going to be, like, the comic relief character. They even have, like, goofy music, goofy, this music is goofy, music playing when he shows up. But after that, he's, like, never the comic relief again. It's always Jane and then J-Borg when J-Borg arrives. I don't mind them. They're kind of like Victor and Monty. Like, they're likable characters. And what they do is kind of funny. Like, even out of context, it's just that you kind of have to stop the episode dead to focus on them most of the time. The last episode, I think, did it really well, where Jane's chasing Mick bouncing around as a basketball. I assume you know Dino Fury and Power Rangers if you're watching this. So I'm not going to explain that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I don't really like the morals of the day thing sticking around. I don't know why that has to be a thing. Why does Power Rangers have to teach lessons? Because, like, yeah, back in Mighty Morphin, there were, like, moral lessons into the show, but they didn't, like, do what Family Guy does and have the obligatory stop the show dead and go, and then the camera pan in and the character talks about what they learned today. They don't need that. Like, even Power Rangers grew out of that eventually. Like, after Zeo and Summit Turbo, they didn't really do that often. They would have, like, just straight action episodes. And actually, we did that like recently, like in Megaforce, they had just straight episodes where it's just cramming all this hentai footage and there's no lesson or anything. Yeah. Oh, well, anyway. Other stuff. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I wrote a thing about Mick and continuity being done well, and I came up with like a really good line. A character or element from the past is used to progress the current story. It seems really simple, but actually, it isn't. If you watch some of the past Power Rangers seasons, they've brought back things from the past, and they don't really progress the current story. They just feel like they're shoved in just to be references. Whereas here, they actually make some sense. And what else do I have written on here? Blah, blah, blah. And nothing else there really important. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to come outside because it's nice out, talk about Dino Fury because I'm really liking Dino Fury. It's lots of fun. I'm looking forward to when it comes back or when the new episodes get leaked. We get to see the new Gold Ranger, what's his name, Jordan Fight or Fite or something like that. Oh, and I've heard that he's supposed to be an alien from Zato's planet. That'll be really cool. Yeah, so I'm really happy to like Power Rangers again. When I initially started this channel, like, my idea was to do, like, kind of a Ricky Lehman type of thing where I just sit there and talk about Power Rangers to the camera because I could do that all day. But then Ninja Steel and Beast Morphers happened, and I was like, I don't really want to talk about Power Rangers. So my channel just kind of became about whatever I wanted it to be about. Do people like that? Do people like me just doing videos about whatever I feel like? Like, I'll do DVD videos, and I'll do toy review videos, I'll do book review videos, or I'll just talk to the camera like this. I could go outside more often if people like that. Oh, and I also do Pokemon playthroughs that nobody watches, except for, like, one person. And, or I could do videos in the woods and look for Bigfoot or something. Like, I don't know, is there a Bigfoot watching me? Maybe, who knows? They're hard to see. So yeah, don't know what else to talk about. Like, I'm really liking Beast Morph. I hated Beast Morphers. I'm really liking Dino Fury. Hope that the quality stays. I remember when the first episode aired, I was really nervous. Like, I was really cautious. Like, it was good, but I was kind of like, it's shaky. Like, it could very easily go very wrong. And I heard a lot of fans, like, say that same thing. Like, yeah, the first episode was good, but I don't want to get too attached because, like, the first episode of Ninja Steel was pretty good. The first episode of, like, Super Mega Force was pretty good. First episode of Beast Morphers was pretty good before... Yeah. I have weird, opinions when it comes to Power Rangers. Like, I don't really like Dino Thunder and SPD that much. Like, I consider them some of the worst seasons. I consider Jungle Fury to be, like, a really boring season. But then there's other things that are popular opinions, like I like Time Force and RPM, and I think those are awesome. Or, an unpopular opinion, I think Samurai is really good. So, yeah, whatever. Guess I'll end it here. I've talked long enough. See ya.